I'm pretty sure all of y'all have come to the conclusion that I've come to. The only thing that's stopping World War III right now is Donald J. Trump. I'm pretty sure you come to the second conclusion that I already come to, which is that they ain't gonna stop taking shots at this man, even once he becomes president. The assassination season is in full swing. A month and a half ago, I said they was gonna take another shot. Everybody's talking about this is the second assassination attempt. No, this is the third assassination attempt. The first one was on stage. The second one was his plane, then J.D. Vance's plane, and then this Kool-Aid head liberal Ukrainian American who wants to go to Ukraine to fight the Ukrainian war takes a shot at the dude. And nobody, all over the news, nobody's asking the question. Say, bruh, say, whoa, they. Hey, how he knew where the president was going to be? How he knew where the president was going to be? Ain't nobody asking the question. I can't tell you what Donald Trump going to be right now. Can any of y'all tell me what Donald Trump going to be? Can any of y'all tell me where Joe Biden is en route to right now? Anyone? Yeah. We know he a blue-headed leftist, a they, them. You know, this is the crazy thing that get me. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all over social media right now is people saying, oh, they should have hit him. They should have been able to get him. They should have been able to do this. So if we talk about you having purple Kool-Aid hair and you being a they, them, he, she, basically Legion from the Bible, because Legion, the demon of the Gadarenes, was a they, them, he, she. We talk about you being Legion. It's misgendering and you can block, you can lose your account. But the same people worry about being misgendered, support and expound and get excited about actual physical death. And that ain't hate speech. But let me call you the wrong gender, that's hate speech. Come on, man. What kind of crap is this? What kind of alternate timeline have I fallen into? Where am I? Did I fall into the Twilight Zone? I told you guys Friday, I was perplexed as what the hell was going on. And today I'm even more perplexed. Because as I'm hearing the news yesterday, that's none of y'all business. As I'm hearing the news yesterday, it's about 6 p.m. I get back in the car, and I look at my phone, and they're like, yeah, somebody tried to whack Donald Trump. And I'm like, again, that makes sense. And I already knew they was going to try and do it. And then this time, the information comes out way faster than the first time. Like, here's the person, here's what happened, here's the witness, here's this. And I'm assuming that's because it happened in Florida. And so I'm sitting there thinking to myself, saying, hold on, man. Why? Why on Sunday? Because somebody had to tell a man what Trump was. Why on Sunday? What is it covering up, or what does it mean that it happened on Sunday? And why? Why this day? Why this day? Why this time? So my mind starts jumping backwards. I'm saying to myself, okay, ignore all of the leftist propaganda, because they're going to sit there and say, oh, it's Donald Trump's rhetoric that made people try and kill him. No, y'all been for 8 years, y'all been saying the man a devil and he's a potsy and he going to kill everybody, knowing that y'all got a whole bunch of Kool-Aid head, hopped up on drugs, kids running around and crazy people running around. So y'all going to work them up. We know all that. We know all that. That's nothing to that. Then my mind is like doing the moonwalk going backwards like this, right? You know how the moonwalk was? Billie Jean is not my lover. And so I'm moonwalking backwards. And my brain says, stop, pause, do the beanie weenie. Senator Blumenthal was just sitting there saying Hey, bro, you know, y'all gonna be surprised when y'all find out about the things that happened during this assassination attempt. And then my mind starts doing the moonwalk again. Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl that says that I am the one. And so I realized that's when Donald Trump's wife came out. It was like, yo, we need to find out what's up with these assassinations. Then my mind comes forward. Boom, 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 boom. And it says, didn't Trump's wife say something Sunday morning or Saturday night? Now, I had went inside to go figure out what Melania was saying, but I do remember talking about Melania because she's beautiful. I just said she got a Catwoman beauty look to her. She may or may not be human, but it don't matter. It seems like she's on the right side. We already know that there's non-human intelligences out here. We've seen that disclosed by the UFO reports from Harvard. So we know there's some non-human people running around. And it's okay. She's beautiful. So I'm like, she did another video saying something, but I couldn't remember what it was because I really just remember seeing it but not watching it. And I'm saying, hold on. What is this woman signaling? She says something, puts pressure on, some kind of pressure comes somewhere, boom. Blumenthal comes out. Now remember, Blumenthal had a American flag pin on and a Ukrainian flag pin on in the video. Remember? If you go look at the Senator Blumenthal video, it was America one side, Ukraine on the other side. Thanks to the smart audience, everybody who listens. You guys were saying, no, James, you got to realize Blumenthal is hardcore deep state. He's a big part of the deep state. I didn't know. I didn't really want to do the research, but I believe you guys because you guys are smart. And so, Blumenthal is a part of what started the Ukrainian war. And so here comes a crazy blue-head leftist who says, and this is how crazy he is. He's so crazy, he decided he was going to go to Ukraine and get on camera saying he wanted to go. You 56 years old and you going to a whole nother country to get into a war? Boy, you crazy. You're supposed to be sitting on the beach, relaxing. In fact, he said he left Hawaii to go to war. Man, it's crazy. All right. So here's what I'm trying to figure out. Let's go back to Friday. And if this is the case, straight up, guys, if this is the case, don't worry about a troll, bro. The troll's gonna get hit when it's over. I always go back and hit the trolls. Let them talk all they want. In fact, encourage all the trolls to talk so they can get banned. We don't have no problem with that. Let them talk. In the moment, I let them talk, and then I go back, and then I ban all of them. So just let them talk. In fact, engage them. Don't argue with them, but engage with them. Mock them. Make fun of them. Have fun. I mean, really have fun. So watch this. This is what I'm trying to figure out. Blumenthal Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we got an assassination attempt. If, in fact, you cannot say that this guy was like a lone gunman, lone wolf, because somehow, some way, he knew where Donald Trump was. So I don't know how you get access to that information. So we have to associate him with some kind of deep state leftist party, not deep state party, because you just knew where the president was. You just don't know that information. All right, so we got that. So check mark, he's with the deep state. Friday, the deep state comes out and says, we're going to unveil all the stuff on this investigation. I remember saying Friday to you guys, I don't know if I released a video, if I recorded it. It was a video called The Deep State is in Derision, that there had to be conversations for a fall guy within that room of that intelligence committee. They had to be having a discussion. Hey, somebody got to take the fall. For real. Somebody got to take the fall for this, man, because too many people looking at it. And so I'm sitting there trying to figure out if they double crossing each other, because they already know you got whistleblowers coming out, pointing the finger at everything that's going on. So I'm sitting there saying, well, maybe they double crossing each other, saying, all right, bro, we need to chill. And then, nope, somebody said, nope, we send another one. And another one. Then on the spiritual aspect, spiritual side, if you really take a close look at all these people that's been doing these mass pew-pews, pow-pows, and bang-bangs, it kind of goes back to the whole Black Awakening thing, where it's all these brainwashed, MK Ultra, satanically, ritually abused people who get triggered and they go do things. Take a look at every last one of them. Go look at the boy who shot up the school just recently. They showed the hair from the back, and he looked like he was what's the word I could say? Like he was Optimus Prime. You know, that's what we're gonna call them people, Optimus Primes. Like he was an Optimus Prime. Every last one of them got something wrong with him. We combine that with the fact of what they're trying to do. I think we're walking into the Black Awakening while simultaneously walking into one of the most critical times in the history of America. And just as a point of fact, for all the crazy leftists who are like, oh, I wish Donald Trump would have got shot. You do realize the only reason why we ain't in nuclear war at this point in time is because there's a potential that Donald Trump could become president, right? You do realize that if a bullet was to pierce that man and take his life, and his spirit was to leave his body, the signal that would be let out to all the other nations in the world is that the deep state is in full control of America, full control of its armies, full control of its muscle and its might. While all this is going on, you got Sleepy Joe and Kamala just sitting there, and Putin is over there saying, hey, listen, if you guys shoot these missiles into Russia, I'm going to melt Kiev. And they've convinced all you guys that Putin is a punk. Never mind the fact that he was a real KGB agent, a real stepper, a real head buster, wig splitter. When no president we got, it was a real head buster, wig splitter. The closest thing we got to a head buster is the one that's ducking bullets. And they don't have enough sense to vote for the man who ducking bullets. They don't have enough sense to say, hey, man, if somebody trying to kill you, then you must be the guy I need to vote for, because you must be saying something that's important. That man in Russia ain't playing. And so all the leftists was like, yeah, they should hit him. Bro, you ain't prepared. Nobody's prepared for nuclear war. You dig? Y'all need to calm down. Remember the lady with the big eyes that was on a little meme? She was sticking her head in the window. Calm down. Calm down. Y'all need to calm down with that stupidity. That man ain't playing. Them people done been hit before. Them people done been to war before on their soil. We ain't had no real war on this soil. So all you leftists who's like, oh, you know, I want to get my latte. Let's go to get my caramel macchiato. Oh, Twitter. Oh, they missed the Donald Trump. They didn't kill him. I want caramel macchiato with the extra shot of espresso. And hold on. Damn, Trump is still alive. Bro, when buildings start to get hit and people start dying and there's blood all over the place and people crawling around in the streets, you ain't ready for that? The average American ain't ready for that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it. So y'all need to sit down and calm down with the dumb stuff. But no, y'all won't. So I'm saying all this to say, we're in full assassination season, and they ain't gonna stop. They're gonna come at the man again and again and again and again. They're just not gonna stop. And when you consider the fact that this one happened on the tail end of all the whistleblowers blowing the whistle to the committees, Central Senate Intelligence Committees from Secret Service, they're all blowing whistles. And when you consider the fact that the head of Secret Service was a loser that was fired, and you got the rank and file Secret Service members who were embarrassed and took the blame initially in the sight of the American people when they weren't even in Pennsylvania doing what they weren't assigned the way they should be assigned, you know that the rank and file Secret Service agents who are working with him are pissed. I mean, they pissed, dog. They're angry. They're like, nah, man, y'all making us look bad. Man, them some serious people, the rank and file ones. I don't know if you ever ran into one of them. You ever had a conversation with one of them? I have. Them some serious people. They're serious. They ain't playing no games. They ain't playing no games. So when I hear the story of they put a Secret Service agent on the hold before him, that Secret Service agent notices the guy with the rifle take shots, boom, 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 homeboy hops in a car and drives off. I'm sitting there saying, only a wound up psychopath can be sent on that kind of death mission. You got to be a wound up psychopath. Because anybody with common sense is going to say, hey, man, y'all already took a shot at this dude. I'm not going over there. Them people going to be on high alert. Man, you trying to get me whacked. You know what I'm saying? Only a psychopath going to take that mission. It's a suicide mission. And then you know the guy not a professional because they're showing you photos of his rifle and all the rest of the stuff. Unless he just took photos of the rifle and had it in his phone. But he left everything and took off. I'm bouncing. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's insane. Well, what am I saying at the end of the day? What the hell? What's the point I'm making? The point I'm making is this. I need another cigar. Because this is a nub. The point I'm making is this. If these people are willing to wind up men and women to do something that's blatantly stupid and blatantly obvious on the tail end of them coming out publicly and saying, yeah, we're going to release a report about the assassination attempt. If they're willing to do it on the tail end of that, they're willing to send bombs into Russia. Point blank, period. They're going for the damn gusto. You dig? They're going for the gusto. And so, prepare yourself for the gusto. They're going for checkmate. That's the only thing they could be going for. Because it don't make nothing else make no damn sense. One assassination attempt, okay, cool. The plane thing was covert. You know what I'm saying? Well, it was, you know, it was like a covert mission. Okay, his plane has to make an emergency landing. If the plane would have crashed, they could have had some kind of, you know, they could have hid and said, oh, it was a malfunction. You sent another shooter? Come on, bro. It's on. It's on and popping. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, everything on the table. And so I don't know. I mean, and I'm going to tell you, quite frankly, I think the dude is the most badass person on the planet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he's the most badass person on the planet. Real talk, because if somebody busts you in your head and then you going on a golf course playing golf afterwards, and you know everybody gunning for you? Yeah. You badass. And now here comes what's the ramifications of it? What happened the last time they took a shot at him? He got 10,000% more popular. What you think gonna happen this time? And see, that's what scares me. Because the people who making these decisions, they know what the consequences of a miss is. So they saw the first one, they missed, they saw what happened afterwards, right? So they know if we go at this man and we miss, it only makes him more popular. And at first I was thinking, you know, they was losing the news cycle with the cat memes, with the Haitians eating the cats. And I was saying to myself, one possibility could be this. They sent a patsy out there that they knew would get caught to change the news cycle. That was my first thought. You got the cat memes. You bringing attention to the fact that they're dropping Haitians all over conservative areas. Get out of my vehicle. Go, buddy. I don't want to kill you. Go, 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 go. And so I was thinking, okay, well, maybe they're going to swing the narrative away, because that's on the table as well at this point in time, right? It says shots fired in the vicinity of Donald Trump. So the Secret Service engaged that guy. He took off running. So just follow my thought process. The past 5 days prior to this, it was all about Haitians eating cats. The debate, the Haitians eating the dogs and cats. The Haitian thing wasn't really, people don't really understand it. It wasn't really about the dogs and cats being eaten. That was the tip of the spear to get everybody's attention. The real reality of it is every last one of those people that they're dropping into them conservative areas, they're registering those people to vote. That's why when you see the news about, well, the Haitians, they've been crashing cars in the buildings, everybody missing it. No, you got a damn driver's license. According to the law, you have a residence. According to the law, you can't be prosecuted if you vote and you believe at the time that you've registered to vote, at the time that you vote, that you believe you're a citizen. So 50,000 here, 100,000 there, 20,000 here, 15,000 here. And states that when the vote comes in, you swing the election. Because all them little Haitians done ran the vote. Now everybody's like, yeah, we got Ohio, we got this area of Texas, we got this, we winning, Trump winning. And then the numbers come back like, hold on, Ohio went from red to blue? No, it didn't go from red to blue. They just ate chickens and they just ate cats and dogs all the way to the polling station. So what you're seeing is you could be seeing a distraction from the real ploy, which is for them to win the election. And that's what I was sitting there thinking. I was like, that shit don't make no sense for that man to go take that shot, because he's supposed to die. Got caught. The Haitians out of the news cycle. You know what I'm saying? They're out of the news cycle. This news cycle, maybe for the next week or so, is Trump's assassination attempt. They might be out of the news cycle for a hot minute. So that means that the program to steal the election and the highlighting to steal the election is out of the news cycle. It's gone. It's gone. You know what I'm saying? Because if you keep digging down that rabbit hole, you get to them voting. So now that's out of the news cycle. It's gone. Nobody talking about that. And so that's my initial thought was, and that could be, there can always be multiple prones of an attack. But the most frightening thing to me is, because that could just lead to a contested election where they say, oh, well, we're not going to certify the election, and then all the rest of that foolishness, right, later on down the road. That's long term. Short term, most terrifying thing to me is this. People keep on encouraging, laughing, and saying, oh, we wish he would have died. You do not want that man to be assassinated. Whether you left wing, right wing, you do not want that man to be assassinated, because what comes next, the majority of Americans are not prepared for. And I submit to you, the only people prepared for what comes next, their ass is way deep in the damn woods where you can't get to them. And if you get to them, you're going to die. That's the only people. If you live anywhere near a major city, you are not prepared. If you live within 100 miles of a major city, you are not prepared for what comes next. You be like, oh, I don't live in a city, I live in a suburb. Boy, you gonna die too. You dead. You dead if it pop off. So that's all I'm trying to tell you, man. Everybody think it's a game. Everybody think it's a game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody thinks it's a damn game. It ain't no game, homie. That internet shit gonna go away. You ain't gonna have nobody to talk to on the internet. That shit, you gonna go back to the Stone Age out here in these streets. It's gonna be head busting and wig splitting. Matter of fact, watch this. So, I like to watch Bering Sea Gold. Sean Palm-Ranke, you know what I'm saying, digging up the gold in the Bering Sea. But my family, they say, yo, Pops, we getting tired of watching this Bering Sea. And I'm like, man, why? This is fantastic. Like, nah, this is boring. All right, whatever, we switch shows. So watch this. We switched to the survival show. And it's a new survival show on Netflix. Go to the first season. It's cool. We get to the second season, and I'm watching, and I'm telling my family, I say, hey, y'all need to see this dynamic. Watch it. And this dynamic playing out in this show is the same dynamic that will play out in America. Watch this. So you start the show. The objective of the show is whatever team lasts the longest, they get $1 million, right? $1 million. Like Lil Wayne said, a milli. Right. So there ain't supposed to be no rules on the show. You just in the Alaskan wilderness. So you get 4 teams of 4 people. Now the last show, everybody kind of competed with some morals and some integrity. And I'm getting to a point, watch this. This season, one team decides they're going to go ham, led by a woman named Jill. So the broad Jill, with this demonic cackle, we're going to steal stuff, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. They start sabotaging other people, running people out of the game, stealing their sleeping bags when it's negative 10 degrees outside, all this stuff. And I'm sitting there watching the show, intrigued by this show, because I'm sitting there saying, there are rules to the show. But it's people observing the social fabric rules, right? Even in this simulated environment where there's supposed to be no rules and no social fabric, people are still observing the social fabric rules. And it comes to this climax where there's this one guy who's left on one team and he gets confronted by these 2 women. They're coming over to steal his stuff. It's 2-on-1. He runs back to his camp and one of them runs over to steal his boat and sabotage his boat, while another one stands in front of him and says, hey, you either going to shoot the flare and tap out or I'm going to stay here all night. And so he's perplexed and he's confused because she's taking his stance. And I pause it right there. I pause the TV and I look around. And I look at everybody and I pause it. And I say, nah. Y'all want to understand the difference between a civil society and real on savagery. And I want y'all to understand that this is a simulation. This is not real. And it's the point I'm making to y'all about what's coming. Especially to your little leftist women that's out here, oh, they should kill Trump. Pause. Imagine the TV's pause. They got a woman on the screen. She's facing off with a man. In a real uncivil society, he would have knocked her teeth out of her mouth, drug her by her hair, kicked her in the stomach and threw her in the water and got all the stuff back. That's what would have happened in an uncivilized society. There wouldn't have been no issue over my camp if there's really no rules. But the TV show makes it seem like there's no rules. But no. Because there's this amount of morality left in that man, he didn't do that. I want you guys to understand something. You need to understand it clearly. When the shit hits the fan, that little bit of morality left goes like this. And what they've done is they brought immoral people here who live in environments where they have no morality. And so when the shit hits the fan and the morality goes like this, it's full on savagery for those who understand it. There's no quarter. You can't be nice to nobody. And y'all not prepared for that. The left is not prepared for that foolishness that they're begging for. And that's why they need to stop. The average conservative is not prepared for that foolishness they're begging for. They're not prepared for a situation where it's like your life or my life, your family or my family. The last piece of food, one of us got to die. The last bottle of water, I got to kill you for it. Nobody prepared for that. Oh, middle of the night, somebody coming to my house. I'm staying up all night. You ain't prepared for that. And I'm going to tell you why I know. Because there are certain regions of America that have been pressed down by natural disasters to the point to where, you know, hurricane hit, power go out, you sleep in the daytime, you up the rest of the night, sitting outside, mosquitoes biting you. Because you know somebody could be coming. You sitting there in the dark, eyes done got adjusted. You're sitting there looking around, making sure ain't nobody popping up because your family in the house. Sun come up, you go to sleep, they get up. You get up about 3 o'clock in the day. Y'all, man, come on, man. That's the point I'm making. That's the point I'm making. All that popping off at the mouth, all that emotions, all that feelings, all that stuff go out the window or what come next, man. And people need to stop. People need to stop. I'm sorry. People need to stop right now. Stop while you're ahead, dog. Stop while you ahead. I don't want what come next. You don't want what come next. And whether you're ignorant to the fact of what comes next or not, let me tell you something. Them boys get to throwing nukes. What's left over is pure on savagery. They get to killing Don and civil war breaks out. And all these people that they brought in, the Chinese military, the Afghanis, the Haitians get to taking out power grids. You're going to understand savagery. Permanent damage to the power grid. Well, at least the cannibalism. Man, them people that came over here, they're cool with eating people. They're cool with eating your cats and dogs. Are you ready to eat your dog? Because you ain't got no food? Nah, you ain't ready to eat your dog. And people make fun of Alex Jones when he was like, he'll eat his neighbors. He's like, I'll eat your leftist like corn on a cob. They was playing. They thought the man was joking. Y'all remember that? You know what I'm saying? Somebody said I got lots of goats. You better have lots of bullets to protect your goats. So it's one of those things where if you see the battlefield for what it is, you know you under attack on multiple levels. There's a long-term attack that's going on, which is keep bringing these people in and putting them on the voter roll so they can vote. There's even longer-term attack, that if everything still goes to hell, they still have injected in the schools these philosophies. Let's just say philosophies, the reading rainbow philosophy in the schools, to where those generation of children, we still battling this foolishness 20 years from now. Then you have the immediate attack, potential for the immediate attack, which is just a bunch of damn idiots in the White House saying, yeah, well, we don't care if we'll shoot bombs at Russia, we'll shoot them into Moscow, and just sitting there saying, bruh, Putin sitting there saying, yo, you know I'm gonna kill y'all. That's what he's saying. You know I'm gonna kill y'all, every last one of y'all. And then you got intelligence agency people coming out saying, well, oh, don't believe him. You know, he's just don't believe his threats. What? Oh, it's saber rattling. In the news, that's what they say. Oh, Putin has been saber rattling. Saber rattling my ass. You crazy. You done lost your mind. No. That man dead serious. Now, he's being patient because he understands that there could be a transition of power. But that's why they keep pushing it and doing more and more and more. Because they want the world to blow up. Because they're a bunch of damn Satanists. Why do you think they brought all these children over here and put them in a slave labor, slave traffic, and a bunch of damn Satanists? Literal Satanists, children of the devil. Somebody be like, DW, that's not right. You don't know. Man, they Satanists. Look at what they're doing. Look at what they're doing. Not what they're saying, what they're doing. That's the problem. I had an issue with a dude on YouTube, right? Dude comes out. Oh, he says, I practice voodoo. While he's wearing a Leviathan necklace around his neck. But I'm the voodoo practitioner. But nobody looking at what the man's saying. Now, what did you wearing a whole necklace to a spirit of Leviathan on your neck. And see, that's from a microcosm perspective. That's the problem with the whole nation. You listen to what people say, not what people do. Not y'all, but everybody else. You gotta listen to you gotta watch what people doing. They can say whatever the hell they want to say. You watch their actions. And you go to the history of those people's actions. I had people in the comments saying, well, man, I think there's no difference between the left wing and the right wing, and I think Donald Trump is a plant. Oh, really? And I said, okay, you one of them people that's biblically blind. Your eyes of your understanding has been darkened because you don't, and that's what I believe is the problem when people don't have common sense. I believe that they don't have the Spirit of God whatsoever, so they can't see the truth. They can't look at a series of events and say, okay, this person did A, this person did B, this person did C, this person did D, this person did E, they did F. All these series of events of this person gives me an idea of who this person is. For example, let's take Elon Musk. Let's start here with Elon Musk being a globalist, right? Then you see what Elon does. He buys Twitter. He comes out and he says, hey, I'm at war with the woke agenda. Him buying Twitter alone put him at odds and at war with the deep state, because now that first move put him at odds and at war with the deep state, which means that now he's fighting for free speech. Then he comes out, he's vocal about free speech. Then he comes out and he's vocal about defeating the woke agenda. Then he comes out and he does an interview with Donald Trump. Then he comes out and he goes to war with the Supreme Court of Brazil. And everybody say, well, I don't know, maybe Elon's the bad guy. Well, damn, if he's the bad guy and he's with the kingdom of darkness, he's doing a lot of damage to darkness. It's kind of like when they were saying, Jesus, you cast out demons by Beelzebub. And Jesus was like, oh, okay, so what you're saying to me is that darkness can cast out by the power of darkness? A kingdom divided, I think he said a kingdom divided against each other can't stand. Basically saying, Trick, you crazy. And people don't even understand that simple principle. It's a very simple principle. Look at what men do and look at the results of what they do and judge them on that. Not what other people say, not what you hear. Look at their actions and you can see everything. You know what I'm saying? Look at their actions. And that's what the media is fantastic at. They tell you, don't look at what people do. Listen to what we say. I mean, and that's just what it boils down to. So nobody looks at what's being done. They only listen to what's being said. And then you just reverse moonwalk straight into a pit in the hell. Poosh. You know what I'm saying? Somebody saying fruit. Yeah, inspect the fruit. Oh, Trump is he's a Mason. And he's a what? Let's say he was a Mason. Let's say he was a 33rd degree Knights Templar Mason and whatever's beyond all that. Let's just say he was. Let's just say he was. All right, bro. I'll call you in a second. Let's just say he was. Then you scan the environment for what he did. And you see everything that he does is dropping bombs on the agenda of the globalists. And then you go listen to what his enemies have to say, the World Economic Forum. And you go listen to what they got to say, and they like, yeah, if Donald Trump gets back in office, this is the end of the global agenda. They over there panicking. Remember Yuval Harari? He came out with an interview without his glasses on, looking like a full-on damn alien. For real, like a full-on lizard person. Go find it. Urinal? I call him urinal. Yuri Nora Havari. Urinal. Piss on him. Urinal. He does an interview. Some YouTuber, and the YouTuber was like all excited. I have urinal on my. You can see he was real stoked up. Yeah, I have urinal Havari on my show. He like, oh, I've tapped into the real power. You little trick. Urinal comes on there, and Urinal says, yeah, well, if Donald Trump is to win the election, then it is the end. It is over. It is the end for the global world order. That's your enemy. The World Economic Forum, your enemy, telling a YouTuber that if Donald Trump wins, it's over for them. That's your enemy. That's your enemy that brought out Ozempic and paralyzed people's stomachs. That's your enemy that was telling everybody that was saying they need to vaccinate the world. That's your enemy telling you that this dude that the media is telling you is your enemy, that they're afraid of him winning. You dig? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And when we start looking at it and actually seeing stuff for what it is and quit playing, oh, bro, it's easy. But right now, it's hot out here in these streets. Hide your kids, hide your wife. For real. It's going down. It really is going down. So, I'm interested, guys. Today's Monday. I'm interested in seeing what tries to poke his head up through the news cycle like this. Bloop, bloop, bloop. What's trying to poke his head up? Bloop, bloop, bloop. Because now the narrative has to be wrestled again. Because it was in full control. You know what I'm saying? It has to be wrestled again. Back to something that's going to do even more devastating damage to the deep state. Trust me, everybody think the cats and dogs and the Haitians wasn't doing damage. It was doing massive damage to the deep state. Videos of a lady putting seasoning on a cat heart in Dallas, downtown, just holding the cat and seasoning it. The bird and seasoning it. Videos of cats on barbecue grills. Videos of Haitians slamming into buildings, drive-throughs. And for the record, those of you who gonna be like, the Haitians is my people, black men, y'all like to get upset and all up offended and shit. Them Haitians is my people. They ain't your fucking people, dog. Pardon my language. They ain't your fucking people, dog. Unless you was born and raised in Haiti, that ain't your fucking people. Your people is the dudes that you grew up with, the black men in this nation, your brothers and sisters that ain't black in this nation. Those are your people. I'm sorry. Don't be embracing some foreign country bullshit and bring it and embracing that and defending that, because the same party that brought them here is diluting your vote, and ain't none of them people's grandmothers and grandfathers and great grandmothers and grandfathers get bit by no damn dogs, get sprayed by no damn water hoses, get lynched and hung for a right to vote. And you disrespecting your own forefathers by embracing foreigners over your nation. You disrespecting them. Oh, that's my brothers from Haiti. That ain't your damn brother. It ain't your brother. You can sit there and play that stupid foolishness if you want to. That same foreigner. Ask the people in Chicago. Chicago going broke. Taking care of people that's not from America. Their kids getting kicked out of schools. They got 19-year-old, 20-year-old men in school with their 16 and 13-year-old girls. Them ain't your damn people. They ain't your people. And you're going to find out the hard way if you keep on playing stupid games because of your skin color. They don't give a damn about you. They don't give a flying shit about you. You're going to find out the hard way. Because if that was the case, then why you ain't go back to Africa? Why you ain't go to Haiti? Why you live in America? If you love your people, go back over there, because they ain't your damn people. Ain't no place for you over there. And as messed up as it can be here at times, your ass is way better off here. I'm sorry. As messed up as it can be, and much crazy shit pop off at times, it's way better for you here. Don't embrace that foolishness, because that's you embracing your own destruction. That's all it is to it. And it's the Boule Negro that I'm talking to right now. That's going to get blocked and banned by you. But it's the Boule Negro, the Divine Nine Negro that I'm talking to right now. All your voting power is going to get destroyed and decimated. Because while all the attention is on the Haitians targeting, the rural vote, The Venezuelans, the Nicaraguans, all of them slide into urban areas. Turn on your radio, on AM radio. 20 years ago, you didn't have no radio stations where they were speaking Spanish on the whole radio station. You had that? Vietnamese, Chinese. Turn on your damn radio on AM. Get off the phone. Turn on your radio in your car to AM radio and see what's playing. You know what I'm saying? In the culture that they're going to replace your culture with, somebody was saying culture replacement, the culture that they replace and put into your neighborhoods right now, like Chicago, that culture is not compatible with your culture. They don't give a damn. They don't give a flying flip. They don't. They don't care about your grandma, Miss Betty. They don't care about none of that. So you'll have a civil war going on, and then race wars going on within a race war and a civil war. Never mind the fact that they got reports that because they got driver's licenses and permanent addresses, that they letting them go buy weapons. Now, I ain't even get to that point because they've been given amnesty and just given some form of citizenship that they allow them to go buy weapons. Never mind the fact that you don't know how many of those people that were imported from these nations are actual gang leaders and gang members, and they're letting them legally buy weapons. We ain't even get to that. You think you ready? Boy, sit down somewhere. Reach over there and give me the remote and sit down. Reach over there and give me the remote and sit down. That's what you need to do. Sit down somewhere, boy.